I think we should just be able to craft like a couple, and I don't want a lot. I mean, like if we can craft one random gem and one random grind a week from blue to purple or blue to orange, like that's fine, right? As long as it doesn't cost too much to make it.
Yeah, just like 500 white condensed magic crystals. That's it.
Because the thing is, I think it's very clear that
we hear you.
We got it. Yeah, 1,000 magic or condensed crystals, and you can craft one. You know what? Fuck it, you can have a legend, bro. 1,000 white condensed crystal, 5 a week. Go ahead. Oh shit. Aloha, everybody from the YouTube channel. Welcome back to another podcast today. As you can see, the layout's a little bit different. Apparently, Discord kind of did a little update or something like that. They partnered with Twitch or something. I'm not sure. They maybe made some quality of life changes. So the placements of the cameras are a little bit different. So I'm going to try to get another overlay set up for next week. And it'll look all fresh and clean again. But this actually doesn't look half bad, to be honest. Like if I put a background or something or whatnot, it doesn't actually look half bad. So you can see who we have here today. We got Tyler and Thompson again. Welcome back, guys. And we have Stoic and Topa, 2 members of the podcast that actually have not joined for a little while. So it's good to have you guys both back here today. Yeah, how's everything going for you guys? Anything new?
Yeah, definitely new for me. I've now become a full-time streamer.
Welcome to the club, baby. Let's go, dude. It's good to have you a part of the community, man. So definitely, when I say I put the links down below, we'll have the links for all of them and all their streams down below. Make sure you guys check them out. There's always somebody streaming from our kind of Someone Who's Work group at like all times, you know. So there's always somebody live where you kind of join.
I just want to welcome you to the club as well. Welcome to the club.
Yeah, there we go.
Aha!
Captain of the full-time streaming team, right?
Yeah, have to. Join the club. Me, Tyler, IslandGrown, you know, Topa.
Topa's pretty consistent too every day.
What the fuck, Thompson? Bruh.
I just want to say that I've never met somebody as dedicated to streaming every single day as Thompson.
Tyler, I love you. You're the best. I'm a very consistent streamer and full time.
You know, someone who is consistent and is a full-time streamer doesn't say that that they're consistent. You ever realize that, Thompson? But every week, for some reason, you always have to mention you're consistent. If you're consistent, which we already know,
I'm insecure. I'm insecure, so I have to say it.
Okay. Hey, you know what? If you say it enough, you might actually, do it more. So, I believe in that. Okay.
Once you get into the swing of it,
Topa, don't you have a hard time streaming your account like during like some weird times? Like I'm just giving you an example. Like the last 2 days of RTA is kind of like I don't even want to do wings anymore. So I don't even feel like streaming anymore. How do you stream during that time?
Just do other people's wings.
I see.
Or you just log on and some people, they just want to talk. You know what I mean? You log in, just do some farming and just talk. Answer questions. Like, no need to do wings. People ask, are you doing wings? You be like, fuck that. I'm not doing wings on stream today. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and then they leave stream. And it's like, okay.
That's true.
It's fine. The people that you want to interact with.
Yeah. That's
like the people who just want to be there for stream are generally not the people that are going to be there and be like, oh, you're not doing RTA later, dude. It's like, okay, see you later.
Very true. People will join and watch you because they want to watch you, so it doesn't make a difference, to be honest. But all right, thank you guys for joining me for the podcast today. We are going to go ahead and just dive right into things. We got topic number 1 here. Topic number 1 is, all
right.
I forgot that everything is...
You want me to read it up for you?
I'm going to put it somewhere. Oh my god, dude, I forgot about this.
Might want to change the color of it.
Give me a second. I can fix this.
1 second. Right. I'm gonna start doing RTA right now, man. Oh, okay. All right. Give him a second.
No. Just give me a second. God dang, dude. I forgot about this.
Of my time is precious right now.
Just gotta save this image. Go back here. God dang it, man. I didn't know it was gonna be like this. I haven't tested out with I didn't think it was gonna be like this. This is so ghetto, but you know what? I like it. Put that there.
Is everyone just picking like Elucia or Fran? It's kind of like 5-star enablers, right?
Yeah, Fran is such an easy first pick. Speed lead, attack buff, immunity.
All right.
And it's 3 stars.
We are good to go.
Yeah.
Thompson, we are good to go, bro.
You told me a second, bro.
Yeah, 1 second. I'm done. I'm done,
ADD.
bro. Just like everything else. Never mind. Just get right into it here. Yeah, actually, we could just go into it as you're doing your wings. It doesn't matter, dude. That's fine, dude. Topic number 1 we got here is more 6-year anniversary teasers. They just released something last night about this number 100. There was a Marshall cat. I think it was Naomi, which backwards is I moan. You didn't need to know that, but I told you anyways. And then also, they also showed the number 100, right? And, you know, what are we speculating from this number 100 now that we, you know, saw that? I'm
it's
curious.
confirmed. You guys heard it here live. Brian's doing 100 moans on stream.
What the? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Confirmed on the podcast.
Wait a minute. Some people are saying TOA hell. What do you guys think it's going to be? Like, yeah, what can we speculate? Because we did some speculations of the 6-year anniversary stuff with some other people. But, you know, what are your thoughts so far on what you've seen? We could talk a little bit about it here. It's kind of fun.
I mean, just for the 100, I mean, you can't help but think a lot of things. Like, you can't compare the 100 to, like, a unit. There's no way we're going to have a unit level going up to 100. I don't think that's going to be possible.
No.
I think a definite possibility, and I like to think the quarantine is going to actually play into this as well, because I think Comptuous is smart. They understand we're all in quarantine. We're all playing this game right now. So if they actually do the same thing that they do, so 1 to 50, we had a lot of achievements. There's a lot of things you gain from going 1 to 50. So what do you gain if we do it all over again, but 50 to 100, and it's now a new account level? So we're all going to be in here. We're going to be back on the grind. We're going to have new things. We're going to get new rewards. We're all playing a game right now, and I think Comptus would definitely take advantage of the quarantine and have it a account level from 50 to 100 now.
Ooh, that's kind of a slight stretch though. 50 levels?
Yeah,
that would be
that's
very
a
interesting.
lot of levels.
I like that.
I like the thought
We got
process.
nothing
though.
else to do, man.
I like
that
thinking,
because it increases the maximum energy capacity. That would be cool.
Oh, they probably have to cap that though. You know what I mean? Like we're at 90 now without the 1-pack. Actually, it could go up to 140. That's not that crazy. I mean, that's a lot of energy in the long run.
It's a pretty crazy.
That's a lot actually. Every 10 energy is a lot considering how much refills you do.
That would be so cool.
That'd be nuts, dude.
So, a couple things. One, to mention, there are technically 2 anniversaries for Summoners War. For those who don't remember, there is the Korean one, which is in April 10th, and then which is this Friday. And then there's the global server one, which is June 10th or 12th. I can't remember which day.
12th.
But usually we get 2 anniversaries, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, it's like celebrating your birthday
We
twice.
might get something now, we might get something later in the future. So like, look forward to free stuff. What I think it's going to be is I think we're going to get 100 of a lot of different things for free. I know this might sound like a stretch, but I really think they might consider giving us 100 summons over like 2 weeks or something.
100 unknown
That
scrolls.
feels like a stretch.
100 honestly,
no
honestly
problem.
though, like if they gave us 100 scrolls.
Oh,
of
fuck me. If they gave us 100 scrolls, fuck me, dude.
That's
Holy
100
shit,
Molongs.
dude. Alright, inbox. My inbox is taking reservations now, I guess. Holy crap.
You guys know this is
But what I mean is like
every
they could give us
email.
like 100 legendary pieces, 100 LD pieces. They could give us like 100 summoning stones, stuff like that. They just give us like hundreds of things that make sense.
Do you know this week is a very special week for IslandGrown?
Why is that?
It's Final Fantasy VII.
Molong. Molong
I'm
is in the
gonna
summoning rotation.
I'm gonna summon Wolong after this podcast today, back. Actually, I'm gonna go for it. I got a summon session, after this podcast. So I'm a little bit nervous, but yeah, I mean, this is probably like honestly, this is like a 20th time maybe I've like tried to go for it. So we'll see. This is probably like the 5th or 6th rotation though, but yeah, we'll see.
Would you be mad if you pulled Tianling instead?
No. I got some LDs today. I got like 20 LDs today, dude. I'd be pretty happy. I'd be freaking happy with it, Tianlang. Yeah.
You know, Brian, at 100 stones, you may actually pull the Molong. Only at 100, though.
You know the last couple times I did stone rotations, you know what happened, right? I summoned every Nat 5 except for the Molong in the rotation. Yeah, for real. That literally happened. It was like 150 stone summon, so it'd be like getting 2 Nat 5s and 150 scrolls. I mean, I'll take the 600 crystals. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a problem.
For you guys, for you watchers just tuning in, IslandGrown told me that when he summons for other people, he uses his own luck on other people's account. So that's why he never gets good luck on his own account. So when you let him summon, it's really genuine. Yeah.
I did say that. You know, sometimes sometimes every time you say that, IslandGrown told me this, I'm always sitting here like, okay, did I actually tell him this or did I not? Because like it's half and half, dude. Sometimes it's some bullshit that I've never said, dude. But you're right. I've said that. Yep. So we shall see. We shall see.
Yeah, I think for the 100 thing, I think they just mean the 100th day of the
You guys can
year.
keep going. Give me one.
So I think the 100th day of the year is April 9th or April 10th. And that's probably when April 10th is their Korean anniversary, right? So that's probably when they're going to start the events. It's the 100th day of the year.
It's the 10th this year, because
Yeah.
So you think the 100's more of a hint for like the
it's
drop?
like when it all is going to start, I guess.
there's a lot of different like 100 things, like download numbers.
Yeah, I also
I'm
heard
wondering why is there a dragon and something killing a martial cat, right?
Dude, it's not a dragon. Take a look
Okay.
at it. There's actually 3
Sorry.
in there. And
Isn't
there's
it
only
R5?
one reason. They dropped
What
the
is it?
6. They show the raid boss. That is the raid boss, dude. That's 3
The raid
heads,
boss is a
dude.
dragon, my brother.
It is
Yeah,
a dragon,
3
but it's
heads.
3. It's actually like a hydra.
Oh yeah, what was that
Oh
about the
my-
Hydra? People were talking about that. What was the speculation?
Dude, I've already solved it. It's clearly R6. So after R5, it's now going to be R6.
Goodbye, Belayer Jensen R5.
Whoa.
Exactly. No
That
more
actually makes sense.
R5. No more.
Grindstone packs.
No, so I already have a theory about it.
Oh,
And
tell me.
we've heard this before from Comtuous, and Comtuous said they are not nerfing BJR5. So no matter what, BJR5 is always going to be a thing. But that doesn't mean they can't create new content. So R6 comes out, BJR5 may not be relevant anymore because who knows how much more difficult, how different it may be, if there's going to be more stages or what, like new mechanics for R6. So they're not nerfing it like they said, but creating more content. And I think that's what the 6 is for.
But you didn't answer my question. My question is, should I still buy the gems and immemorial stone pack?
Yes,
So
Yes, if you're buying packs to use any
Why would I
summons.
if R6 is coming out?
because you need crystals anyways.
yeah.
What?
You know the value of the pack, that $30 pack, right? It doesn't just come from the stones you buy. It's also the crystals that you have as well.
I know, but
Right.
why would I buy the pack?
Because
if-
the amount of time and
Yeah.
value that pack gives you compared to having to farm it is
Fine.
insanely good, better value, technically.
I think I'd rather spend that money on like
What would you buy?
L&Ds or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's great. That's even better value. You're right. Trust. Yeah, exactly. Great.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Immemorials versus LDs,
I'm just
definitely.
saying, why would R6 come out if they're selling immemorial packs?
So
Okay, I see your argument. I see your argument.
I hope, I really, really hope, because I've been asking for this for a long time. But I've always wanted us to be able to craft ancient gems and ancient grinds with the crafting materials from the dimensional hole. What if, because Naomi is the one in the image, what if they're making a like raid content for the dimensional hole so we can get ancient grinds and gems easier? See, what I wanted to do is I wanted them to us to be able to craft ancient gems and grinds,
I like that. I like that idea.
Yeah.
like we as a weekly thing. Like once a week you can craft a couple gems and a couple grinds, kind of like how we have the magic boxes that we can craft in that building. So what if like we get like D-hole raid content? That'd be kind of cool.
Do we have enough runes to, just farm R6 then?
Oh,
the
you mean
ancient-
space, right? Or you mean runes?
Yeah.
Space,
Well,
right?
both.
Well, mostly the space. You can't. I ain't about to do like BJ5s for ancient grinds and gems. I don't got no space, bro.
I got a few good ancient runes, but they're all grinded out already. So if they come out with that content, it's like I'm not even gonna do it. Really?
Well, I mean, we just recently got more, 100 more spots for, it was just 100 more, right? Yeah, 100 more space for grinds and gems. So, like, wouldn't it make sense that we're going to receive some sort of raid content and something about grinds and gems? Kind of lines up for it.
It doesn't add up for me. One, because of immemorial packs. Two, because of I don't know if they could just have a dungeon just drop immemorial grinds. I mean, not immemorial grinds. Ancient grinds.
I also want them to like be able to craft immemorials once a week. Just like one would be kind of cool, because
I would
you
like
get
that.
it from lab, first time hitting Tartarus, and then you have to buy them, and that's it. There's like no other way to get immemorial.
Yeah,
Yeah, those
maybe
are
more immemorial options
Yeah.
would be nice. Right.
My guildies are so fast too. I always end up not attacking the Tartarus. I'm like, oh man, this sucks.
Yeah, I have a lot of expectations for 6th anniversary. Okay, maybe expectations is the wrong word. I have really high hopes that we get a lot of really good quality of life changes. But I don't expect most of them to come through. I want them to come through. Things like You know how when we farm dungeons, we get either like a rainbow mon, rune crafting materials, or like a rune or whatever. I hope that we get more than one thing at a time. That we'll get like there'll be separated slots for things. So we'll either get like a rainbow mon, a scroll, or a rune, and then we're guaranteed to get like a rune crafting material. I think that would be really nice.
So like the elemental beasts, elemental rifts.
Yeah, very similar to the way we have drops for elemental rifts. Yeah.
So do you guys think there's gonna be a new Nat 5 and a new rune thing since we saw those pictures a couple weeks ago?
Get our first Nat 6, Keppa.
Nat 6? They could make it be a Nat 6. Like it's a monster we get already as a Nat 6. It could just be a Nat 5, but it's a Nat 6 and we all get it. That could be something. True? That could be something.
I feel like LND monsters are kind of like Nat 6s.
Other people are speculating a different element too. Some people are speculating a totally different element unit, but they're only going to give one. Huh? No, they're not. They're gonna make a new element for this unit, but only this unit has that one neutral element. It's not for all the families. You know what I mean? That's what people are speculating on as well.
Alright, guys, everyone gets the Famon boss firm.
Yeah, whatever element that
neutral
is.
element boss.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I don't know. Like you said, Tyler. I've been saying the same thing as well. If they don't make this good, I'm gonna be so disappointed, dude. Like, don't hype me up for this and like let me down, man. Like, because they are hyping it up so much, bro.
So much potential, so many possibilities, and then they're hyping it up so much too. Like, just building it up, and then we'll have to wait and see.
If you're listening, you will not let me down because I have zero expectations.
Don't release a new rune, please. Anything but that.
Oh,
don't release new runes.
Yeah, no.
Releasing new runes is never the answer.
Why?
Why? What is wrong with new runes? Eventually,
Because
they're gonna have to release
releasing new runes. Either they're either ridiculously strong, they're ridiculously underpowered.
So they
have to
they
farm
can't
a
release
whole new piece of content to get them.
The reason they can't release something like that, they can't do anything game changing right now. We just finished one season, and that season counts towards SWC. The next season is once again counting towards SWC. So where are they going to make this ridiculous change to the game where it could affect players? Well, I mean, of course they would affect players.
I don't see why.
You know what I mean? I don't think they would do that.
I don't know if they're going to release a new rune or not, but I don't see, like, my argument here is that I don't see what's wrong if they release the new rune. I don't see the issue with them releasing the new rune. And it doesn't necessarily have to be new content that you farm. It could just be that, hey, we now released these 3 new sets of runes, and they're now farmable in GB10, DB10, MB10. They just added into the dungeon.
Now you've ruined the drop table for all of those runes. You've made it
right,
harder
but it's a new rune. It's something different into the pool.
But you've also lowered the quality of life of the game by doing that.
Really? Does it actually lower the quality of life?
You've literally made it harder to get swift runes, despair runes, violent runes.
You can still craft.
Let's be honest. But that's it though, right? Like the crafting doesn't change. So the crafting stays exactly the same, right? So it doesn't get harder or better. Like it's the same.
Don't turn off the.
Yeah, but we don't get anything when we farm anyways. So I mean,
but then
you
you look at the farming side. You're like, now farming's even harder.
You
literally just made it worse.
It gets harder, but I don't think it gets harder to the extent that you're trying to make it sound. You know what I mean? It gets harder, definitely. Just the same way as every time. I mean, the same argument can be said about Nat 5s and monsters. The more monsters they add in, the shittier it gets for me to get Molong. Like, true or false, right? In the last 3 years, it has actually exponentially gotten harder for me to get Molong or whatever,
I
Lucian,
think it also
right?
makes it harder for, like, not necessarily just for us, but it also makes it a lot harder for new players, right? Because, like, how relevant are these sets going to be to them?
I mean, that's the second question we don't know, right?
Play between even more sets, like, rounded out.
Right, it's a little bit more up in the air, but if they come up with sets that are more PvE oriented that can help out players early game as well, it could be
viable. They're completely useless for us.
True, but are we the majority of players that bring them the majority of money and bring in new players into the game that keep the game alive? I mean, I'd like to say yes, but I'd like to say no.
They're at the point in the game where they have to do both.
True, but if you're still playing the game, will it make you leave? It wouldn't make me leave. I'm just trying to argue with you because I've never really argued with you before, and I'm kind of having fun right now. So
okay, so you can't have something that's directed to one or the other. It has to relevantly fit both. Otherwise, it's pointless. It's a waste of time.
No, I see your side. It makes sense. The other people were speculating with this new rune was a suggestion we had like maybe a couple months ago about a camouflage rune. A rune that can take the spot of another rune set to complete it. And it's only this one rune that they're giving out, one limited time rune event that they let you craft your own rune that can fill in a slot. I thought that would be pretty cool, right? Like if you need to complete like maybe they could just limit it to only completing 2 set runes, right? So if you need to complete a will set or something, it can complete it, but you only have 1 rune on that account. You cannot be farmable, and it's just from this one particular event. I thought that would be kind of cool.
I think it helps the community more if it completed a 4 set. I think that would help a lot of free-to-play players making their 4 sets.
True. Something along that sorts of a new type of rune, but not really a new type. You know what I'm saying? I thought that would be a good
What
idea.
happens if they like miss out on the event?
That just
Yeah, but
happens.
they
It's
should have did
limited,
it like
right?
a
So
4 or a 2
painful.
instead of a 6. You know what I mean? So if they changed a 6 to a 4 or a 2, could have been like your 2-set rune or your 4-set rune or something
Right.
like
But
that.
it's a
That'd be
limited
neat.
thing. People like limited.
Yeah.
Like you like the word limited, right? You like something that you can get that other people can't get. You like that feeling, right? To be able to get
Well,
that.
when that
so.
pack says limited, people buy. So I mean, you're right.
Exactly. Yeah, true.
Okay, so are you saying, like the rune can be any slot as well or not?
I think the slot is, and the main stat is whatever you choose from making it and crafting it. And then after that, it can fill whatever role. So now you have a slot 6 HP%. You can put it for whatever set to complete that you like. So if you have a 3 vial set, then it makes that vial. If it does if you have 1 well, then it'll complete that well. It just camouflages in. It just molds in to that slot.
So
Which
everybody's
class?
just gonna throw in like
Speed
50
slot 2.
reaps into it.
Right, true, but it might not have innates. It could just be like one of those other runes like you're from your crafting events that you have. They don't have innates, so I mean, if you want to bust a nut with reaps on there, go ahead. But
Of course, of course.
Really?
It's a camouflage
That-
rune.
I guess
Any-
I guess
any
it,
runes
I
that
guess
you
it brings
want.
value.
Yeah, it doesn't need innate.
True, definitely can bring value. Yeah. Oh
If
yeah.
it's a
especially-
hero camouflage rune, I'll still throw innates in there.
So if it doesn't have an innate,
I mean,
then
reaps.
why don't you just go speed slot 2 because you'll have because you don't have the speed chase, right? So you have the highest chance to get like total highest efficiency stats.
Right.
No, I'll do slot 6 or slot
I'll do
4.
slot 6.
Yeah.
I would do a
Slot
slot.
Yeah,
four.
just slot 6, but
I might
I
even
think
do a
slot
slot
six
4
tough
crit
slot for
damage.
anybody to get
I
their
might do a
hands on,
slot
too.
4 crit damage, to be honest. If that was a crafting thing. I think I almost always do slot 4 crit damage. Like, I just need everybody just needs so much of that crit damage slot 4s, man.
If it's a camouflage rune, I think the worst would be putting it in slot 2, right?
Because you can use filler runes for slot 2.
Oh, you right. True. All right, any more
It would
speculations?
just be the easiest. It would be the easiest to re-up. Would be the slot 2.
Yeah, statistics wise of hitting something
Yeah.
viable to use, right? True.
No, but it makes sense to go slot 6. I mean, slot 6 is probably still going to be the most important.
You know what I like about this is that we're sitting here, we're speculating things, but we're also coming up with like super good ideas that Comptus is probably sitting there like, oh crap, dude, we're not releasing all this stuff. But hey, this is some good this is like some good ideas for the future.
They're like, all right, 100 summoning stones for IslandGrown.
Well, branching more off of what I was saying before
Sure.
about having an S6 instead of having, R5. So creating more content by bringing out S6. I even thought, like, what if they went to Dimensional Hole? They removed gems and grinds from farming that. So by farming regular, you get like the material, you get grinds, gems, and runes as well. So drop rates of runes increase. Remove the grinds and gems from it, and now take those ancient gems and grinds and put them inside S6 so that you have a chance at getting regular grinds and gems, ancient grinds and gems, all by doing S6 now. And now you're able to pull more runes out of farming Dimensional Hole.
Oh, Tyler's going to slay you right here. Go ahead, Tyler. Slay him. I saw the look on his face.
Yes.
You can't make content with too much of a drop table because it just becomes infuriating to do, right? That's why when you remember when we had
Talk about the
Rift
old
Dungeon
raids.
release?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
old raids. Rift Dungeon release was terrible.
So shitty, dude.
Because
Okay.
the only way you could get grinds for those five new sets, the enhanced fight, etc. sets, was in
Yep.
regular raids. And the problem with that is it lowered the drop table for all the relevant grinds that we needed, and that was the only place you could do it. Right?
Yeah.
And that was a huge issue for people because it was like if I needed violent grinds, I needed despair grinds, like it was even harder to get them because there were 5 new sets that took up drop table. So that's why I'm thinking like I like the idea of creating the new content. I do not like the idea of increasing or worsening the drop table for the content just to add more stuff to it. Like we don't need to do that, right?
I
Even
honestly
if it
don't
removed
think
the
it's
blue grade and you only had purple and legendary, but having a greater amount of types in there, so that everything that drops, everything is technically worth at this point.
Yeah, they'd have to limit that. farming,
So
though.
okay, it's nice because it's better. It's better that you like can get them. Like if you do balance the numbers out really well, like it can work. But it's still theoretically going to take you longer to get what you need specifically, right? Like
Yeah.
the percentage of drops changes a lot because you're basically doubling, you're almost doubling the amount of things that are dropped, right? And you're removing the blue percentage. So like theoretically, let's say the blue percentage drop rate is 30%, right? You've removed that and you've replaced it with the ancient gems and grinds, right? There's still like a ridiculously small percent chance to get what you need.
Yep.
You've just made it harder.
Yes.
Like if that changes from let's say like 3% to 2.5%, like that's still a lot. That's still a
we
big
still have
change.
immemorials, and immemorials are going to take the place of you trying to get said gems and grinds, which only adds more value to those packs now, and possibly even ups people purchasing immemorial packs as well.
Immemorials are not an obtainable resource, so I don't count them in the discussion factor for content in the game, right? I mean,
imagine R6.
Can you get immemorial grinds without spending money?
Yeah, every couple in my box, I get the blue one that with flat defense. You
get what? One from Tartarus every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You get your lab box every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And that's it.
You don't get it from that box. Let's get real.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point.
I know it drops. Saying you don't get it. It's like you don't get
not
that
active. I actually received immemorial gems and grinds. And it was like a welcome back present or something like that.
Because you have to quit the game for a month.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, they're not an obtainable resource. They're literally not. Yeah, but that's not an obtainable resource.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah.
Right? Sometimes we get them from events too.
That's my biggest issue with immemorial.
We get that
sometimes event once every 3 months, where we can craft one immemorial grind a gem, right?
Yeah.
No,
honestly,
nice, I love that idea though.
That's kind of my big gripe with immemorials too, is that like there's literally no way to get them except to pay for them, which makes them extremely pay to win. I mean, similar to reaps are stronger.
Yeah,
right?
but that being said about immemorials, I mean, them allowing us
worst. At least you could farm R5.
Yeah, BJ5s are very easy to farm. So I would say if you're an avid farmer, the only thing that will cost you that's pay to win is your resources, because you burn hella resources BJ5ing. But
even then, like you need so many of these top end gems that you just don't get, right? Like that's why ancient crystals are so relevant, because you can get those legend gems at a much higher rate than farming them, right? Like if you're looking for a violent HP % legend gem, that could take you like 20,000 crystals to get in BJ5, if not more. But the chance to get that is extremely low. A lot of people would rather just rely on ancient shop refreshes and summoning an F5 and selling it.
But true, it still takes time. Like, still takes time to get those gems and whatnot, to min-max runes to make the perfect rune, right? It's supposed to take time. It's not supposed to be like
exactly. But that's why immemorials are so strong and so relevant, is because when you pop an immemorial pack, you're guaranteed a legend, and it's like your chance to get that HP % gem is really high.
Right. But at this point, I mean, do we really feel like they should give us more immemorials then? Is that what you're trying to say?
I think we should just be able to craft like a couple, and I don't want a lot. I mean, like if we can craft one random gem and one random grind a week from blue to purple or blue to orange, like that's fine, right? As long as it doesn't cost too much to make it.
Yeah, just like 500 white condensed magic crystals. That's it.
Because the thing is, I think it's very clear that
we hear you.
We got it. Yeah, 1,000 magic condensed crystals, and you can craft one. You know what? Fuck it, you can have a legend, bro. 1,000 white condensed crystal, 5 a week. Go ahead. Oh shit, dude. Those things, I finally, you know, after doing all the homunculuses a while ago, right, when they got released, I finally have hit the point where now I ran out of the white condensed magic crystals. It took me this long, and I did the legendary boxes every week and got re-ups every week, and it finally hit me now that I don't have enough. So I don't know. It's kind of crazy how it took so long, but I'm also wondering, because people are always complaining and talking about it, right? Like, oh, I can't get the white condensed ones or the pure magic ones or whatever it is.
It's the red ones that I don't have because I farmed fight runes.
Right, I know this is a lot of it off subject. Sure. But can we talk about the new transmog item? The round ball is like messed up.
Oh yeah, you can bring that up. I didn't have that as a topic. Yeah, talk about that.
Didn't they fix it?
It just
They said they're gonna
Didn't they fix it? There was a notice about it.
Like messed up, yeah. The Laura skins are, I mean the occult girl skins are really cool though.
Yeah.
Because the attack animations are really nice.
The Laura skins.
The Laura skins. Just
dropped the ball.
Just one that he cares about.
I'm saying it. They dropped the ball in the animations. They were so
like, a lot of people have been really unsatisfied with the animations.
But the little hearts. It's cool.
Too many.
It's like a confetti of hearts. I don't mind it. I like it. I like it because of the animation. I don't really like the transmog itself, but I like the animation.
Yeah, so yeah, one of the orbs are like smaller or something, so hopefully they adjust it. That's an easy fix for them. They're gonna fix that in the next update, or if not, they already did it. But they definitely will fix that for sure. I think people have been talking about it. So if you guys didn't hear Contours, there's something wrong with your new aura animation. So if you want to check that out in all aspects of the game, not just the previewing.
Too small.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, any more 6-year anniversary teasers? Now we're gonna move on to the next topic here. I think we went over some good stuff, and we came up with some good ideas as well to kind of discuss for sure. All right, moving on here. Topic number 2.
Spec League.
Oh shoot, I gotta.
Is it me?
No. I gotta move it down because it's at the top. All right, topic number 2. Special League begins. Just began last night, actually. Let's talk about some of the Special League stuff. Let's talk about the new win streak thing that people don't know about, potentially, that's in Special League that they're testing out. Let's talk about some of the common comps people are using, some of the comps you want to use, and some of the counters to some of these comps, quote-unquote counters to the cleave comps, because it's a lot of cleave comps. Go ahead and take it away. Anybody who's expert in some of that Special League stuff.
I just did 2 matches right now, but in my mind, isn't like Elucia and Fran like SSS tier units?
Yep.
I think
Because that just allows you to pick like 2 nat 5s.
I think Fran is like one of the best first picks in the game.
Yeah, and Lauren?
Fran,
Yeah.
Lauren.
Fran
Wow.
is crazy.
There's
Bird
a lot
is
of
actually
Miho
really
too.
good too. Bird is really good too. Yeah, Miho and Mina are pretty strong in 20-star and
Yeah.
5-star.
Yep.
Or in 4-star.
Oh, yeah. Okay. But I feel like a lot of the nat 3s counter Miho. Like the Fran, the Elucias, the Laurens. A lot of nat 3s counter.
But people will still draft a Mio
It's
into it.
still RNG, exactly. So people are still
Yeah.
going to draft it. Just the way they draft entires. Just RNG.
Miho is
So before we continue talking about like units and comps and stuff, Brian mentioned win streaking. For those of you guys who do not know, they're testing the new win streaking system, which is after you win 3 in a row, you'll get a +1 in red, which gives you a bonus point.
Is it always +1? Does it go up?
That I don't know. I haven't. seen
Yeah, I
it.
haven't done any Special Leagues. I actually don't know.
I saw someone play 4 matches and they got the +1 on the 4th one, and that's all I saw. I don't know if it gives you more after or not, but
Mm.
you have
So
to
is that
win
like
3 in a
an
row.
incentive
I
to
think.
keep
Get it on
going
your-
and not drop?
What's
Pardon?
that?
Is that like an incentive? So like keep playing, do better, and not farm or something like that. Is that?
I think
is that
it
what is? So you're
promotes
not,
farming
like, keeping
more,
yourself
though.
low.
I think it promotes farming more.
I
if anything.
think it also implements. Doesn't it also add point inflation theoretically?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're doing this because they took away the point inflation with the recent change to the point system. Since obviously last season, the reason why the points didn't go as high or people were struggling more is because the winner took the same amount of points as the person who lost. Right? If you gain +7, the other guy loses 7. Previously, it was +8 -7. There would always be that 1 point inflation. And I think they're trying to bring that sort of back since people were really complaining about how difficult it is to climb the last season in RTA.
Right. So now, like, especially players that are on the top end, right? And you guys are, doing your 30 wings a day, and you're saying how difficult it is to climb, right? You win 3 and then you lose 1, you're kind of even, right? But now you're rewarded if you are a top player that can consistently do your wings and, kill the G1, G2 players and, beat them consistently. You're going to get a couple extra points. So when you happen to lose a match, you don't lose and suffer as big of a deficit because you get a little bonus from your win streaking, right? So it rewards, consecutive play. Go ahead.
But then again, when you lose, it hurts a little bit more since you do lose your win streak. So if you get like RNG'd or that one game, then you're basically losing like 3 points that you could have gotten since you lose your win streak, and then you don't get the extra 1 point the next 2 games.
True,
that you win.
but it wouldn't
Does
be
the
that
person
different,
winning-
right? It wouldn't be that
Yeah,
different
yeah.
from what it
On the
is
win
now.
streak?
So what's that? Go ahead.
What?
Does the person winning actually? So if you beat someone on a win streak, are you gaining anything more or no?
I don't
Nope.
think so.
No,
It
it's
doesn't
normal.
take anything away from the person who loses.
So that's why the inflation of points might come back, is what we're saying, because now you're creating points out of thin air. You're not taking it from everybody; it's coming out of thin air.
Yep.
So we might
So we're
have.
about to see the crazy high rank 1 sitting at 20 million points again.
Maybe. I mean,
It
it's
won't
possible.
be nearly as bad though, because
No.
they can't gain as much, and they also lose more than they used to.
Yeah, unless you're talking about like the top players that are like, if they're going to go 30 win streak a day for like every day, then yeah, they're going to have like 50 billion points. That's possible, but highly unlikely that they'll be able to win streak at that capacity. So
The points still won't go up as high since now with this new point system, you get 3 points at the top. Previous was 4. So even if you had that 1 point from the win streak, it's 4 points. And obviously, you're not going to win every single freaking game. So you're not going to get 4 points every time. So points are still going to be a little bit lower than previous seasons, but they're going to be obviously higher than last season.
Right. So like I was mentioning earlier, potentially about farming, right? This kind of so I see their goal in this, in trying to make it healthier for the people trying to climb, right? Give them more possibilities to not lose so many points and be able to consistently climb on the day-to-day doing wings. But this can actually negatively affect people that are getting farmed at the bottom, because now farmers have more of a leeway on getting back to their original rank from win streaking back to their rank.
I think
after
that-
going down. What are your thoughts?
I think that most farmers actually don't care about a high rank at the end of the season. People who are farming in low ranks often just like continuous to farm in low ranks, and the reason is because you can just buy scrolls, right? If you farm in low ranks and you win, right? There's no point difference between finishing low or high. If they really care about the Guardian skin, this won't make that much of a difference regardless, because they already have the ability to climb to that level, right? This isn't deterring them or helping them that much, right? Giving them 1 point over, let's say, like 60 games. They only really need 60 games to win anyways, to get G1 or like high C3 and stuff.
Right. Okay, that's a fair argument. Okay, in that sense, and I feel a little bit better about that, because I know farming is a big issue for the majority of players out there, and I'm always looking out for the majority pool, right? And players that are in the game and some of their issues that they're running into. So
to farm scrolls that way must be so tedious. You're like farming, you're doing RTA to farm people worse than you just to get that 1 or 2 or 3 scrolls, and then you summon.
You can actually
as you think.
You can get all 12 if you try really hard.
I'd rather just do giants or R5 or
right.
Yeah, some people don't have the crystals because it's
free resource.
When you start free
enough.
Like if you were to drop from your go ahead. Sorry, Topo.
Yeah, if the matches take like a minute, obviously you're farming at a really low rank, so you can just you can AFK them, or you can just cleave in like less than a minute. So it's not that tedious actually.
Yeah, like if you were to drop from your G3 Thompson and you went down, all you have to do is you click your 5 or 6 units that you usually pick, and then now it's gonna auto pick those every time now, right? And then you just let it run. You just click play, and then you just let it run, right? And then either you win or you lose. Yeah, if you're trying to farm, that's what they do. That's what they do. It just
and then what you do is you like leave every other game
scroll.
You don't do anything. You don't do anything. It just autos, and then you win, or it autos and you lose, and you go down lower, so then you can farm better. You know, so it's like a win-win.
You could do like R5. You could do Guild War. You know,
I guess
other stuff gives you more scrolls.
I guess, but it's just another thing for them to do in their day, right?
Fair enough.
30 wings. Yeah. But this win streak testing is just in the special league right now. That's why it's good for us to kind of watch it, test it, and use it, and see if is viable for the actual RTA season.
Almost like they took our idea of using spec league to test things.
Then if they,
oh my god,
if they take out scrolls, then people won't farm. If you just take out scrolls from the shop.
Wait, but then that's even less players playing RTA now.
Yep, definitely even less.
Oh, okay,
right.
All right, fine.
Yeah, but that's true.
Yeah, that's always the issue. With RTA, you want to encourage more people to and give better rewards then, but then if you put better rewards, you can encourage more farming too, and then it's going to be worse for the earlier game players. So,
have you guys ever bought scrolls from the RTA?
Yeah, I have. I buy
that's the only thing I buy.
I buy transmog stones, and I buy like 6 scrolls.
Oh, I do now. I've been going for that wind scroll. I'm chasing down 1 unit. That's it.
Yeah, I've been going for that water scroll. Cheapest chasing down 1 unit. Yeah,
I was chasing Odin for so long.
Yeah, your what you call it? Your account definitely would love a Tyrannus stoic. That'd be quite nice for you.
One day.
All right, back to some special league discussions here. We didn't really dive really into.
Put in some work this weekend. Last weekend. Tyrannies put up.
Oh yeah, the Legends tournament, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Someone was always drafting it.
Yep. So, what are some of the common comps? I don't think we fully talked about some of the common stuff we're going to be seeing in Special League, and how can some of these players counteract these units?
I think Nemesis Ruin will help a lot of the cleave comps against a lot of the cleave comps that they have in Special League. Also, Elucia and Fran, they're so good, right?
Right.
I think to help people right now, like what is a common 20-star cleave comp that we would be seeing? I think a lot of people could gain a lot of help from that. What should they be looking at for? Like, what is a common cleave that we're going to see in 20-star? Like when they see, first 2 units come out, or I mean, 1 unit's kind of obvious. If you see like a Bistet come out, you know what's coming after that. But like, what are like common? We're still going to see a Jap cleave possibly.
I don't think Bistet is good. I think Megan is better, and Fire Orion's Draco and Megan's better than Bistet, right?
Yeah, Draco, Megan, even regular Orion. I think some people are using Konamiya, even though it's low base speed.
Oh yeah. That's because 2 stars, yeah.
Right, so 2 stars. Teon's 3
Teon Kona.
Yeah,
Teon Kona and 395. So
yeah. Another viable option if they have it is the light Hark. The light Hark has a better base speed than Konamiya. It's just a higher star value, but it boosts up as well for Lucians and whatnot. Shimite's. You're gonna see Verds. Still a lot of Frans. You're gonna see a lot of Mihos. Yep, a lot of Mihos in there. Trianas. Now, a unit that I'm going to be doing a video on again, because I guess people forgot about him, that I think he's so good. Fire Barb. Yeah, you care about Triana, you care about Miho, you fire Barb, and it just goes right through that. Instantly goes right through that. You don't care about, it's literally a baby Rocky. It's literally a baby Rocky. All you need is attack buff, and it works really, really well. So I'll be making a video on it, because I think it's something that a lot of people should definitely be building for even regular Guild Wars and Guild Siege. Super freaking good, man.
We just lost Tyler.
Yeah, he's coming back. I don't know. Have you guys tested the Fire Barb before? Fire Barbarian King?
Hello? Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Our guildie Hua was really, really into Fire Barb.
Fire Barb was really good.
Yeah, that's right. That's who I talked about it with a long time ago. We're talking a couple years ago, actually.
Oh, wow.
But he's really good, actually. He's really good, considering the units that are in meta right now. He's really good. Like, even sometimes without attack buff, you're going to pop almost any Miho. Instantly, with S3. Like, you just pop them. They can't do anything. Yeah, if you have attack buff, it's definitely popped. You don't need defense break. It just pops them with one hit. That's it. It goes through Triana passive and everything. So, I think it's really good. What's your thoughts, Thompson? It looks like you're kind of against it a little bit, potentially.
I don't know. It seems like it's pretty good, but it needs to be kind of tanky, and it's kind of hard to ruin then, huh?
Ruin it like Egger.
Thing is with the Fire Barb, this is 20 stars, not 4 stars. So I feel like most people are just going to use Rocky. It's only 1 star more, so I don't think it's that big of a difference.
I agree with Topa. I don't think
I saw a lot of people use like Fire Barb in the 4-star special league that we had last time.
Okay, true. That's fair. That's very fair. I agree with that. 1 more star and you get the power of Rocky with the S2 Shatter, then yeah. True.
I think it's too rune intensive for a Fire Barb.
Okay. I'm still going to be testing him out, though, in Guild Wars again, because I think he strives
Guild
very well in there.
But if you bring the Fire Barb in, the opponent's going to think Mina and Lucia, and it's going to be hard even if you pop one of their units. Like the Mina and Lucia is just going to go to work, you know?
True. It's going to be a slot 5 pick, though, if anything, to be honest. But yeah, I think it's...
The nice thing about him, though, like, his kit is actually really stacked. Like, because his skill 2 is 100% stun chance, right?
Yeah, it's a Dark Barb one.
Cooldown.
The multipliers on S2 and S3 are actually insane.
Yeah, it's 600 and 800, and he awakens into crit.
I think every single Barb is pretty stacked. From the wind one to
one
the
of the
light
strongest
one.
families.
When they use skill 3, they're just stacked. They're instantly stacked.
I think all of them are pretty stacked.
Yeah.
Except Mimir, but it's all kind of like RNG, you know?
Yeah,
it could be the best.
I think Mimir's actually better than Hrungnir. The dark. I think the light one's better than the dark. Because the dark one is much less reliable, whereas the light one actually has like hard CC.
The light one is better. Wait, is the light one Mimir?
The light one is Mimir. Yeah.
Oh, how about the dark one? What's the dark one?
Hrungnir.
Yeah,
Hrungnir. Oh, Hrungnir is the one I mean. Yeah,
I think he's weaker just because of the RNG.
Yeah, I think he's the worst one though. The dark one.
Well, he was Hall Hero, so maybe
it's the worst or it's the best one, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
It's the best or the worst. That's what it is. I've actually done some 4-star under and 20-star RTA against that, and that thing has literally wiped my whole team without me moving. So yeah, because it doesn't care about violent proc, right? It just can go as many times as long as you're hitting that 40.
Not that good on violent.
No, but the thing is that it doesn't care about the violent counter. You know how you have limited procs? Yeah. It just keeps going. If it gets to 40, it's gonna keep going. It doesn't stop as long as it hits the 40. So it's literally endless if you're stuck in a terrible cycle. So yeah, I think it's really, really toxic. All right, any other units that we're gonna be seeing in there? Looks like it's mostly gonna be cleaving, huh? So be prepared to get cleaved, I guess.
I really don't think it's gonna be cleave.
I don't think it's gonna be cleave because there's too much counters for cleave.
Yeah, Bruiser is honestly the way to go. It's more consistent. Like last special league, well not last the 4-star special league. Everyone thought it's gonna be cleave, and then you see every single top player, none of them use cleave. It was all just Bruiser.
Bruiser still.
Cleave is really good until like a wall. Like there's a hard wall limit where cleave just stops working because people's runes are too good.
Yeah, I agree.
In 20-star, it's lower. In 20-star, it's lower because 5-stars exist. So you can have things like you can have Josephine. You can have like you can pick pick those like pocket pick LD 5s and stuff. So in 20-star, the hard limit for cleaving is like C3. In 4-star, it's like G1 at the bottom of G2 maybe because like there's some really good cleave units in there that are just hard to counter.
Yeah, I feel like the ranks below that try to cleave because it's so fast to clear everything, you know what I mean? And they just want to get some points or some rewards.
There's so many people in those ranges, like C2 to G1, that like the strength of those players really varies. So you can cleave a lot of them very effectively.
I guess a lot of
people I would say care. Like my runes for cleave are not that good, but I can still cleave to G1 in most special leagues. Right? Because there's a lot of players who just don't have the answer to the cleave.
it's just more fun too, you know what I mean? Like you're like, do I really want a bruiser? Like I already do that during the regular season. Like let's just cleave, man. I want to use like this unit. Fuck it. If I lose, it's just special league, right? Who cares? So that's why I feel a lot of people will probably try to cleave. But yeah, if you're trying to hit the top of the top, then yeah, obviously gonna be maybe play a little bit slower, like Topa and Thompson are saying, for sure. Is there any fun units you guys are trying to test out, Topa, Thompson?
I'm testing out Light Druid.
Oh,
I may try Varus.
Varus? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the Water Succubus a lot and the Fire Succubus a lot too.
Oh, that's actually a good time for Succubus.
I'm gonna try out Khan, I think. He's Blue Bernard again.
Oh, the water one, right?
I wanted to try him, but I actually don't have one.
Yeah, so I made him when I was doing Wheelspin RTAs because everyone thought Chow Khan would be funny, so I started picking Chow and Khan together. So defense break with Khan, and then try to one-shot somebody.
Wait,
like,
his
base stats
it gets
fun.
a turn right back.
Yeah, you can do the turn cycling. If it has an extra buff, debuff on it, you can get an extra turn, right? It 120 boosts you or whatever, and then you just go again. It's actually kind of nuts. And
he's got crazy cool stats too. No lie, his stats are awesome.
Yeah,
even before his 2A, his stats were really cool.
Okay, cool. So Special League is out. We'll see how this new point system is affected as, you know, people start to do more Special League battles, and we'll see if this is something that they might implement in the regular RTA. Sounds so far on paper not too bad, right? Could be actually a benefit to a lot of players that do their wings every day to be able to win streak, right? If you actually firmly believe you are a good player, you can win multiple battles in a row, you're going to get rewarded for it. If you truly are, not one of those players that win one, lose one, win one, lose one, right? Go ahead.
I also think not so much in regular RTA, but in 20-star, Misty is a little bit better in 20-star. Because it's like, if people have to go CC comp against you, then their damage is really little because they just don't have the 20-star. 20-star just doesn't have enough for like double stripping, double CC, heavy damage dealer type of comp. So like, I think if they just go invest too much into CC, you could just bring in a Misty. It might be better in 20-star. Give it a try.
Ooh, so we can see.
I'll try it out.
A shot. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I want to see that in action. All right, moving on to topic number 3. Topic number 3. What quality of life changes can we suggest? Like, I know we talk about these once in a while, but I need to bring this back up because we need to give them more suggestions on what to improve the game on and to keep them at it. Because it looks like they do listen to the podcast and they check out, you know, people's posts and whatnot and take ideas into consideration. So we want to talk about it so we can, you know, fix the game more. I'm not talking about buffing and nerfing here. I'm just talking about just making the life of the game when you play it better, smoother. Right? What do you guys want to see? Wow, the game's that perfect. Wow, amazing. All right, moving on to topic number 4. Topic number...
It's tough to come up with something that we haven't heard before. I mean, so many people just look at all the other games that are out right now and they'd be like, this is doing well here, this is doing well there. But it's like probably not best suited for summoners.
Right.
I mean, there's lots of things. We can just keep bringing them up. Like
that's what I meant to do.
We've always wanted, right? Like disabling crit animations, which probably will never happen because they've talked about why they have it. What about cross-server raids? Cross-server raids would be great. You know, that might be an opportunity. Cross-server anything in the future might be a great opportunity. Might be, you know, fun, right? All these different things. I talked about earlier how I wanted like weekly crafting of ancient gems and grinds, and memorial gems and grinds. I think that would be a great addition to the game. It's good for everyone. It's good for early game players, good for late game players. It just fits. It's something that makes sense. We talked about this on my stream earlier this week, but we were talking about the implementation of daily missions, right? Because I do all my dailies because, you know, it's 25 crystals and a chance at a rune and all this shit. I'm like, sure, why not? It gives me like half an hour to chill and do whatever at the beginning of my stream. But we were talking about, it's like, what if they implemented the 1+1 box as the end of your daily missions, right? If you got like a half-hour 1+1 box that you could choose a dungeon for. Ooh. Like, what do you guys think of that?
I think I suggested a 1 per week daily login thing, which would be an hour that they give you once per week, but you want it every day for 30 minutes. I mean, I don't think it breaks the game, but that would be really cool. Sure.
But so the reason I thought it would be a good idea, and I talked to the CMs about this actually last Friday, but from a marketing standpoint, it makes a lot of sense to implement regularity into people's lives. So if you have people, like, that's why we have daily logins, right? Because if you log in every single day, you're more likely to play the game every single day, right?
Right.
So what we do is we instill this idea that you should play the game for 15 minutes to finish your dailies and then half an hour to farm every single day. Then it becomes very, very ingrained into your life and you do it regularly. Plus, because you're getting more rewards, you feel like your time is worth more. Like you feel like you're getting more for your time, more bang for your buck. So it doesn't feel bad in any way, right? And it doesn't take much for them to do that because all they're doing is saying, here, spend your crystals, like just spend your crystals farming.
Yeah, but I guess in the big picture, what they'll be looking at is how much value is this 30 minutes a day going to be giving them for each player in the long term of a year, right? Because they look at those numbers. They don't look at the micro. They look at the macro. So I would be interested in the data further, they would extrapolate.
Further to go past that, because I did think about this when I was talking with Gary, is that by implementing this increased reward table every single day moving forward, all new players who start the game will progress faster, right? Which will push them to see packs more often. It will also push them to see progression faster and then want more from the game. They want more runes, they want more gems, they want more grinds, they want more units, right? On some cases, like you can look at it as predatory, but at the same time, like this is how they market the game by giving more to us. So we want to spend more, right?
Right.
But does anyone disagree with what I just said? I'm very curious. If any of you guys disagree, like I want to hear it.
Yeah. I think
you never did. You literally agree with me because we think about it the same way.
I don't like the color of your jacket. You know.
Whoa! I changed. We were wearing all black and white. So I put the red one on. Come on, man.
I don't know. I mean, it sounds good. Like as a player as well. I think I'm down, dude. Like why wouldn't I want 30 minutes of 1+1 every day, right? Will it? I'm just trying to play like sometimes you do devil's advocate. Like what could be the downsides, right? Look at the downsides because we have to think about these. Do you think it'll make it feel more like a chore to do every day though? Because that's I know that's why people quit games. Like people get bored of games and people quit because it becomes more of a chore, right? Daily missions kind of already feel like that to most players. Will this feel like they have to play it and now do the daily missions and then do a 30-minute farming, right? I'm just thinking for the general population. Does it make it feel like a chore? Because that's what you don't want.
Right. That's definitely a good idea. So before we go into that, I want to explain because some people in chat don't know what the 1+1 box is. We recently had an event where they gave us a 1+1 box booster for an hour. So when you finished a dungeon run, Giants B10, it gave you a second box. So normally when you finish it, you get a box, you open it, it gives you a rune or like a rainbow mon or whatever. We just got 2 of those for like an hour. The reason that I think that the reason I said half an hour is because an hour felt like a drag. Even maybe like 15 to 20 minutes, or if they limited it to like 5 runs a day or something, I think could be good enough as well. But you're right. The whole like idea of FOMO, the fear of missing out, is prevalent in that. So that could be the big downside to their marketing play if they were to go towards this. Hey, let's give them more stuff, right?
Right.
Because you have to balance that. Is it an option or does it feel like you have to do it?
Right.
That's basically what you're.
Once they give it, they can't
against.
take it back. You know what I mean? So like
Exactly.
it's a scary thing for them to do. Other things that are quality of life things I want to suggest was more friend slots. Right. It's been 6 years coming along. I get 50 friends. Okay. Now I know you don't think I have a lot of friends. You're actually right. But I mean, I'd like to have more than 50 friend slots. And some people are like, okay, well, there's a problem with using your friends' reps. Right. Just put a cap. Right, you can have 100 friends, but if you want us to, for some reason you only want to limit us to 50 reps, then let us choose 50 reps and we have 50 reps to use, right? Nothing wrong with that. Another thing that we see in other games like Epic 7 and stuff is a daily summon. I think that'd be nice as well, right? If that gets included into the daily missions, there's some kind of daily summon, right? You get 1 summon a day, right? On average in a year, every 200 scrolls is an ad 5, you got 365 days in a year. You'd like to say most players at least gonna get an ad 5, right? Some of the, above average Joes will probably get 2 nat 5s a year just for free. I think that would be nice. 1 summon a day, right? It goes along the lines of making players log in. Go ahead, Story.
I think the daily summon would be neat if they introduced a new building and it was just like a new summoning hedge where it's just like you go and you do your wish and your wish, cycles around, yada, yada. But if you got like a new little building, you'd click, it'd be like a new summoning hedge and it's your daily summon. You click it and whatever happens, animation goes on and you get.
Yeah, don't give us a scroll. Don't give us a scroll. Force the player to log in a day and do the summons. It shouldn't be a scroll that, I can save it for later, right?
Yes,
you got to log in and summon
it. Yeah.
I like that. What do you guys think about that? Anything else that you guys can think of now that I kind of suggested that along those lines of like quality of life changes that we can add into the game? That would be nice.
Weeklies.
What's that?
Why don't we just get weekly rewards for things like better weekly rewards, right? Every game has weeklies where it's like if you do X amount of things in the week. Okay, so when I was talking to Gary, I compared everything to Arknights. I know Arknights is not really a comparable game because Arknights is totally PvE, and it's a tower defense gacha game. But the reason that I wanted to bring up Arknights in that conversation was Arknights has daily set up in such an effective way. Should I wait till Brian comes back?
Keep going.
Okay. So Arknights dailies in this way work that you are given like 50 like theoretically you're given like 25 different things you can do, right? But you only need to complete 15 of them to finish your dailies. Whereas in Summoner's War, we have to do every single one. And it's rigid. We have to do every single one, and that's how you complete it, right? I think that we should have more flexibility in our daily missions and just be able to complete a certain amount of them and just be done.
Yeah.
Right?
It gives you a little bit of a choice at like what you would like to complete for your daily missions instead of doing the daily missions. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Right. Daily missions should be a little bit more flexible than they already are.
Yep.
Because right now it's like do these exact things and it's like, why, dude? Like I don't care about half this shit. Right? Why do I have to do 3? Well, so E7 has the same thing as Summoner's War where the dailies are also rigid. They're exactly the same. You have to do them to complete the missions, right? I think they should just make dailies easier to do by adding more things to it. And then on top of that, people were saying that events are weeklies. I just want them to like just add more rewards. I'm not saying like we have to do like a ton more than our normal stuff that we already do, but like just having like an end of week little rewards would be cool. And also, I think another thing that we should have. I'm sorry, I'm going like huge tangent here, but we have this in a whole new like guild activity thing. Why don't we get rewarded better for that, right? Like people who are in your guild who do a lot of these things, like they do a lot of content. They do the lab, they do siege, they do guild wars. Can the end of week guild activity give more to people? And not just like the people who compete the most, but just in general, can it give more?
Yeah, does it give anything right now? It's just so that the guild leader can see how active the
members
are,
it's just to flex your edong over your guild mates.
Right, yeah. No, I mean, I mean, the main usage is technically for the guild leader to know, hey, who's contributing, who's not. If you're not contributing, you're kicked, right? I'm gonna look for somebody else that's contributing, and I can see what you're doing without seeing what you're doing, right? You do your stuff, you get the points, and now I know you're active. Yeah.
Yeah, it's irrelevant. Yeah. What about MVPs for lab? What does lab MVP give you? A shittier box. Congratulations, you got a worse reward than the guy who did nothing. How does it feel? How does it feel to know the guy who attacked once got a legendary HP gem and you got a blue resistance gem? Great. Thanks, lab. MVP, by the way.
Does MVP lab require skill though? I think you just wait for everyone to attack and then you attack the bosses, right?
No, MVP lab is literally just doing as much as you
doing
can.
as much as you can at the highest level you can. So you make sure you're getting the max
It's basically
points
the amount of
day.
points you get.
Yeah, because it's about points.
Well, yeah, but the bosses give more. Like some people attack early,
Right,
they attack the regular stages. So then those of you who wait for the boss, they get more contributions. So.
when it gets to the boss, right?
Then what you do is everyone attacks one stage and then everyone attacks a boss. Or like, what's the point of even having the MVP if you're clearing it in 2 days? My point is the reward. They have all these things that are cool, like these systems that are integrated into like, hey, let's show recognition to this person, but they literally give you fuck all for all of them. There's so many good systems they've created that they just don't give you anything for them, so they feel like a waste.
That's the same thing with like TOA ranking and even like PvE ranking. Like, if they like reset those, gave some reward for those like monthly or weekly, that would be pretty cool too. Because some people like aren't
finishing top in TOA and they get absolutely nothing for it except their name up there. You know what I mean? These are people passionate, just progressing and trying to do TOA as quick as possible just to get that finish, and they get nothing for it.
As somebody who races TOA every month, the only thing that I really want, like, I don't actually want rewards for rushing TOA unless they're cosmetic, but I'd really like my time to be stamped there, like how long it actually took me to complete.
Because let's just say you're a good example. Let's just say like, all right, they do give awards for TOA rushing, and then you found out that everyone is going to rush for TOA. You found out you're not on that list anymore.
That gives me motivation to try harder.
Yeah,
I want to get better. I was stuck at rank 4.
I think just having your name up there is kind of good. That's yeah.
But like when even the reason I asked for the time is because then it shows like the difference between everyone. Like, dude finished at like 48:30 or something, and I finished second place at 52:50. Like, that's a 5-minute difference between rank 1 and rank 2.
But it's gonna make you look into your units now. You're like, what did he do to get up there? Like, I thought I did great, and then like you find out that he beat you by what, 3-4 minutes. It's like, holy
that's
cow.
huge.
Like, all right, I gotta go look at my stuff again.
Yeah, I would like to see them give at least like a little name placement. You know what I mean? Like, you know how Thompson has that name placement thing because he's one of the SWC contestants or whatever it is. That'd be kind of cool if you can keep like TOA #1 or whatnot for like a month, right? Or you know, top 100 TOA, you know, clearer for a month. It's something nice because that's the only area in the game that they have it right now is for people like Thompson that were SWC contestants. And how many was that? That was like 8 of them, right?
Just give them like in chat labels, so when they type in chat their name's like all gold or something.
So kind of like a King of the Hill kind of thing. So like you get it, you hold it until someone beats you and then they take it. So it's like this known position everyone's fighting for.
Exactly.
Do you have one, Thompson?
You guys want to see?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does.
I've never seen what it looks like.
I'll make it big screen so people in the stream can see it as well. Did you type?
I don't see anything.
Oh, you have to type. I think it just entered the channel for you. Right there. Look at that.
Shit,
Look
that's
at that,
fancy.
dude.
I like that.
Badass, right? That's super badass, bro.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I would like something like that. Like that's a big flex, right? That's a super big flex. When you can flex that and go around and talk in channels and whatnot with that, that's a big thing. You know what I mean?
Like, imagine if they had that for TOA and someone's like in a chat just asking like TOA advice, and then like Tyler walks in and be like, "Oh, you should probably use this for TOA." Everyone just shuts up. You know what I mean?
You just see like a little icon that says TOA rank 2. You're like, okay, this guy actually knows what he's talking about.
Yep.
Someone's like asking about an RTA replay. Thompson goes in chat and he goes, "You should change your Lucia to this," and everyone goes, "Oh shit."
No,
Is that the real Thompson?
Yeah,
like that,
Is that the
guys.
real Thompson?
exactly.
Yeah,
It doesn't work like that.
Yeah,
like
Thompson
even
just
though
walks in, dude, and
you
people
might
just like-
have that.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of people who think it's cool, and you're also gonna get a lot of haters too. You know, like
Yeah.
who the
We're
fuck is
haters anyway.
Thompson?
Doesn't
You know,
matter. Everyone hates
There's
us.
always
douchebag.
haters, dude. There's always haters. There's nothing you can ever do about
Well, the
it.
thing is with that too, it's so limited. People don't even know about it. If you make it more common, or like not more common per se, but like just for more things, then people would have more exposure to it, and they like realize what it actually is too.
I agree with the lonely guy. When Thompson logs in the game, it should say, "A Thompson has entered the chat." And it should just like show his profile right
Hey, yo,
there. Like,
hey,
in
I'm not an
big
object,
text in the
and I'm
chat.
not a Pokemon. All right, don't treat me like an object or a Pokemon.
A wild Thompson has appeared. Link, link,
Doesn't
link,
work. Whoa,
link,
damn,
link, link,
I'm not like
link,
that,
link,
right?
link, link. I would so be down for that, dude.
Do 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 do.
But yeah, I want that really badly though. That little thing next to your name, I think that's cool. They should have something. I mean, I don't want to sound special though, but you know, if you're a content creator, like maybe we should get a little badge. You know, something cool. It'd be nice. You know, like a little coconut. You know what I'm saying? You know, just,
They should do one for all areas of the game, though. Anywhere where they give a rank 1 through 3 finish, like they all should have them. So if it's Siege, everybody in the guild gets their style, claiming they're in the guild for Siege. So, you know, whoever's rank 1 in Siege right now, malicious, and they have everything, like all their members being a part of it. Now they have like that. They're owning up to it. Everyone's going to want to like push to make their guild be that.
I
diverse.
think for the guild one, it would be cool if you get that for your guild only, not for the public chat.
That would be cool too. Yeah,
Yeah,
if they
it's
want to
just
keep
your
it to
guild.
exclusive for
Enjoy
guilds,
it.
that would be cool. Yeah, that's definitely something they can implement that, right? Just for your guild flex for the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for
So, I do agree with everyone. I do want to say this because I know we're gonna get flamed for saying this on the podcast. Everyone's gonna
Say
be like,
what?
"You guys don't care about the real things."
What?
Dude, we're just talking about stuff that we want for fun. Like
Oh.
these are just fun things to add to the. But there are gonna be people who watch the podcast who are gonna be like, "Man, you guys don't care about anything in the game. You guys just want to flex your e-dongs."
I mean, this part of the podcast when we talk about is quality of life changes, right? Things we want to see that are outside of buffs, nerfs, outside of improving more content, right? We gotta have a nice balance of things. So it's fair. It's fair
I
to
think we've
discuss
talked
this.
about all the quality of life stuff, really.
Well, so I thought of something. I don't know if it was brought up before,
Sure.
and we were trying to talk about like try to make better rewards in RTA, but not actually make something where like you have to now play RTA. And I thought about like how transmog. You finish Guardian, you get a Guardian transmog, and Guardian transmog come with different animations. What if you finish C1, 2, or 3, and you earned animations and not the actual transmog? I don't know if you've ever brought that up before.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. That's cool.
So that means if let's say it was Dragonite season and you finished C2, you got 2 chances for Dragonite abilities. If you wanted your Chow to have a new Justice and your Leo to have a new Torrent, and you finished C2, you were able to pick up 2 of those. Now you can't get the full transmog because you did not finish in Guardian ranks.
So
And
basically,
that should encourage people to be like, hey, I did it. Check out that torrent. I finished C1. And you know, because that torrent came out, and you're like, that's not original torrent. This dude finished C1 in RTA.
Well, I just like how you could customize your monster to like, you could put a different weapon on him or a different like animation. It's kind of like Dota auto chess. You could change the
Well, I mean, you can use any transmogs that you want as long as you have building, and then you change them. And it'd be a very easy thing for them to change, except adding a tab, and where you select your Leo, you would be selecting Leo, and only the animation would change, not his look. Unless you already selected his look and you went to the skill animation, you know, it's already in the game. There's just not a button for it.
I like it, yeah, because I like the Laura animation, but I don't like the skin. But I'm just gonna use it because I like the confetti of hearts.
Right. Or like the actual skin. Like more people will get the skin now, right? Is what you're saying. So like more ranks will be able to get the skin, but like maybe like the armor plating or whatnot will look different from different ranks, or the size of the animation will be larger for different ranks as well. But everybody will be getting something, so it feels a little bit better. Okay.
Stoic, you are a genius.
I like it. I like that suggestion.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah.
That's really nice. Like everybody gets the transmog, just people get different animation. People get different colors.
Conquer ranks, you know what I mean? Like I feel like
it's also not just.
Heck yeah!
Every time they come out with auras, there've been a really big letdown. Except like the bat wings. I thought the bat wings were pretty cool. They had like the fire butterfly wings that were pretty neat before. But honestly, like I think if you gave that little bit of Guardian, you know what I mean? Like it's the skins, it's the moves. But if you could take that little bit and like give it to the Conqueror ranks, like I think it's a cool thing for them.
Yeah, but okay, so if you're G1, what would you get?
You get the exact same reward. Listen, we're Guardian rank players. We don't need any more. Like we have it.
I'm just wondering, what would you get if you're G1?
What are you saying?
The same thing. You get 1 skin.
You get 1 skin. You have your animation. You have your skin. You're done.
C3 gets the Conqueror level of that skin, so less animation.
So G1 you get 3 animations and a full animation skin, or you would get the skin actually, not animation. You get the skin. You're right. You are right, Thompson.
Yeah.
3 animations and then skin.
Then what if you're C3?
So C3, you get 3 animations.
Oh, no skin.
No skin.
Oh, okay. I kind of like that in a way.
A lot of people would actually prefer just the animations and not the skin.
Yeah.
To be honest. To kind of go on with that, I did have an idea that I was talking with somebody about this morning for improved rewards for RTA. It kind of goes off what you were saying, but it's definitely not that creative. It was more that
creative, so good.
No, like that was a great idea. That was honestly like a stacked idea, sir. If you get C1, C2, C3, and then Guardian through Guardian 3, instead of just getting the skin, and then for C3 it's just the transmog stuff, you get pieces towards buying an old Guardian skin. So like
I think the only reason they haven't done anything with old Guardian skins is I think they're going to overhaul all RTA shops. I think the Special League is going to get an overhaul, and I think regular RTA is going to get an overhaul. So I'm just guessing, and I think that's why we haven't seen.
They released them so slowly. I think
if they do that though, like if they do that revamp of shops, right? What they do is you can use the currency to buy shards for the skins.
Yeah. No, I love that.
Because like before, it's like if you want an old skin, you have to spend 3,000 Special League points to get a skin. You can pick which element you want, right?
Yep.
But a more seamless method would be if you can use any of the RTA currencies, regular RTA or the Special League currencies, and you can use those to buy shards for the skins.
But the thing is that if you're saying shards for the skins, then that means that you're saying all the skins are available then?
All the skins.
Yeah, but see, all the skins? That the reason why they're doing that...
Minus the most recent seasons. So you'd have to wait that extra time to make it.
That's something we've already suggested them a lot, which was basically release the skins into the special shop quicker.
But I'm also implementing it into the rewards for end of season.
And give shards for that then, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Or honestly, at the end of season, what they should do is they should just give everyone a lot of points. And then revamp the shops so that at the end of a season, you can buy like more of something.
Okay, so
I feel like they just want to make the rewards exclusive, just the Guardian skins. That's why they haven't like released anything in the Special League shop for like 2 years now.
They can still make it exclusive by making it like really, really hard to get. The people who really want it will go for it. And I think that's kind of what's important about it, right? Because they're strictly cosmetic rewards, there's no real reason that you need them, right? So they can always make them expensive, like point-wise, and they can always justify it by saying it doesn't add anything to your like.
Right, but they just don't want to devalue it from players that do have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because to a certain extent, it will devalue it from players, right? Players spend money in the game. Players spend time in the game to get the Guardian skins, and just to hear that, hey, I could just be a C3, spent no money, and I can get the same skin after just playing a little bit longer, like 6 months, then it does devalue it a little bit. That's why, like Topa said, I think they slow down on it. So they're trying to weigh out exactly how they want to do this, right? Because, like I said, limited things always feel good. Like, I can get something that other people can never get ever again. I feel great, you know what I mean? Like, whether I spent my time or if I spent money or whatever it is, it feels really good. So that's why their legendary packs sell out every month, right? People buy it for that extra building that will never come back again. That extra the golem on the island that they'll never resell again, right? People like that. So it's a hard balance between those two, right? Giving it to everybody and keeping it exclusive. So, yeah, definitely a little tough. All right, we got about 5-10 minutes left for the podcast here.
Let's talk about the biggest event that just happened.
Sure, open discussion right now. So
Danny made his OP confirmed.
What?
Tomato's a god.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Talk a little about the Legends tournament. Go ahead.
Yeah, that cleave comp he brought was awesome. I think he was like the people's champ too, so it was cool watching him win.
I just thought it was he brought that team and so perfectly knew what was gonna happen. He just knew.
It was quite entertaining to watch. I did a little commentating with J-Mac, Fate-Man, and Roger, and we had a blast, dude. We had a freaking blast, like commentating that and like crap talking and like speculating. It was good. It was super enjoyable. So I do hope they keep the production value of the Legends tournament as high as it was for sure. I think it was pretty good this time.
Free. It's just out of their pocket, you know? I think it's really nice too.
Right. I think we're probably going to be seeing this happen for SWC this year. Honestly, because of the whole coronavirus stuff, it's going to persist. Yeah. I don't know when it's going to be open and free for you to have like a big event. So this is kind of inevitable that this might be what SWC is this year, right? They might bring some of us to go and commentate or some of us to go to like be there, but I don't think they're going to do a big live event. So maybe they got more budget to do more crazy things this year. I don't know. I'm expecting some stuff.
So I can't say anything. But what I can say is Comtois is prepared. There's many scenarios. They are ready. So SWC, it's happening. It's happening, but it may not be the way we all might expect it. Who knows where things turn? But it's happening, and they are very much ready in multiple scenarios.
Yeah, I like the IRL events, but it just, dude, that sucks, dude.
It'll most likely be like the preliminaries and all of that, the group stages last year, where they fly the casters basically to the venue, and then everything else is going to be online.
Right, and then everybody just kind of like watches from home. I think that's what it's going to be. Yeah. So. But good Legends tournament. Hopefully we see some more action in the future ones. I'm glad it wasn't so stale. I do have to say though, the last best out of 5 was a little bit stale. It was a little bit more regular. Cool. It was a lot more regular RTA meta picks than what the other ones were. We didn't see him cleave anymore. We didn't see him bring anything else out, right?
He cleaved the last.
Was it the last set he cleaved, or was it the best of 3 he cleaved?
He cleaved the last set.
The best of 5 he cleaved.
Oh, okay. So maybe just the last 3 matches then. Because I felt like there was the last couple that were really, really like standard picks. Like we were literally talking about it during the commentary. We're like, this is standard picks. Gani, Hathor, Tyrannies. Like it is super standard. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like the last couple. But
I thought that Jubagol YouTube video was really cool too. It's kind of funny, but yeah, just my little.
Which one was that one? Which one did he do?
The one about like the thumbnail of Ragdoll in the very front.
Oh, the small one he did, the short one he did. Yeah. I like that. I hope he does more of that. He put a lot of time into that. Like that stuff takes a long time, dude. I enjoyed that one as well. Yeah. Okay, any last things you want to bring up? We got a couple minutes left here. Last words that you guys had?
Grats to all 4, competitors from 4Baby to Tomato, Dog Eye, and True Whale.
Hey, True Whale brought out the cracker to show how bad it was, so it might get a buff.
Oh, yes.
He's a genius. He's actually a genius.
Get a buff for sure. Oh my god, it was it was a bad monster. I just want to say that.
5-head, baby. 5-head, dude. Yeah. So and any Cracker
Tomato
owners
made a great
out there?
response with that though. He really did. When I saw the Mephisto, it was like, all right, it was a
yes,
it was a ban. He had to ban it. He had to ban it.
that's true too. That's true. Imagine that Karaka was on Nemesis. Oh, what a game changer if it was on.
Double Nem.
I bet that Mephisto wasn't even ruined, to be honest with you, because that's how good of that.
It didn't need to be.
No, I
ruined
saw
at
some leftover ruins. Yeah.
It could be on.
It didn't even have to be ruined, is my point though.
Yeah.
Because he had to ban it.
But you also put yourself in that situation where you must ban Mephisto or Rocky or whatever he last picks, you know?
Yeah, I think there was definitely a couple flaws in the draft, but I mean the Cracker was a nice pick in there. I just don't understand why he didn't take the Triana, and he chose the Jaeger. So he had,
Dog Guy slammed Triana because he was a little shocked too.
Right, but because Trua had the opportunity to take the Triana there, and you're going against Snipe Comp, right? What's the best thing against Snipe Comp? Triana. So why would you give it away?
I do think that Triana, maybe he was prepared that not to bring the Triana because he had the Karaka in his back pocket.
Yeah, but he was drafting a Jaeger there. Why are we drafting a Jaeger on slot 3? We don't need to draft that yet, right? If we want Jaeger, we can bring it later. It's not a big issue.
I kind of want this to safe. On that, I do like having like monsters that are really big threat against that comp because Jaeger has the potential to like 1v3 kind of or 1v2.
Right.
You know?
But why don't we slot 3 and 4 that? Like what? Why?
Yeah, he'll need to bring a few more threats like Sierra, Verd, Jaeger. Just go offensive instead of defensive.
Right, because at the end of the day, if we're drafting Kraka at the end and we have Vanessa Triana, right? We still have a lot of firepower with Kraka in there, don't we?
I don't know. My style is a bit different. I like going a little bit more aggressive against that.
We actually did talk about that as well. I have a bad habit of going pretty defensive, and we talked about it. Fate Man brought it up, and he said that sometimes the best defense is a good offense. So it's important to not always be so defensive. So it could be right.
We have complete opposite issues.
Yeah.
I go way too offensive and I just lose because I don't do enough damage.
Oh no, but like Tomato kind of went all in, and there's a lot of monsters that could turn cycle and lap nowadays. So I don't know. Yeah.
Can we talk about how Fran and Verd are still like such good picks for everybody?
Oh, so good. Yes.
Unbelievably good picks. They're like the top of the top.
They're always
Fran, Verd, and you're always thinking about the opponent picking Daphnis as well. Daphnis is huge. Yeah. Every time you see availability for it, Daphnis was slammed.
So the really big contenders there, like Vanessa Triana, Fran, Verd, and Tyrannus, I think, were like the most common regular element units. And then Sierra, maybe?
Tyrannus is really good against.
I guess Ganythor too. Yeah, Ganythor is pretty common.
I don't think Tyrannus is that great, but Tyrannus is great against comps that are like.
Wait, excuse me. Say this one more time. Say this one more time. Sorry, I missed it.
Okay. Tyrannus
is not that great.
Yeah.
Okay,
so how come some people first picked?
No. Now that Thompson said that, continue. Go ahead. I just want everybody to be clear that we heard him say that. Okay, go ahead.
I think the battle went like Tyrannus is really good against his comp because his comp has like 1 or 2 heavy damage dealers, and Tyrannus is really good against that. But then he didn't. So one person didn't want the other person using Tyrannus because he was susceptible to Tyrannus. Then he started picking the Tyrannus because he didn't want the other person to pick it. So it just depends. It just got used a lot. But to be honest, like if you play the average like G1, G2, Conquer 3 person, and you just like first pick Tyrannus, oh yeah, I got the best monster. It's likely you're gonna get like Lauren, Verd, and all those other units, and you're not gonna win, right?
Tyrannus is a strong.
I think it's really strong.
I don't think he's that good, but yeah.
Tyrannus is a pretty strong.
Really good if you have 1 or 2 like really strong LD Nat5s. First picking this is really good.
Well, I mean, like if you have like 1 or 2 heavy bruisers that it's all in on killing 1 unit at a time, like Verd, Jaeger. Not Verd, Ragdoll, Jaeger, Artemil, it's just stuff like that, right? And Tyrannus is pretty good because it's kind of like 5 units, not 4. But
I can agree with Tyrannus is not really a good first pick, but I can't agree with Tyrannus is not a very good unit.
But yeah, okay, it's good, but it's like it got first pick because he didn't want the other person to pick it against him.
Right. In those situations, I see what you're trying to say. Right. They valued it too much in those situations for
people are overvaluing it. Don't overvalue it.
Okay, I agree.
What was OP was Ragdoll, we all know. Ragdoll was OP. Hathor was OP. We all know that. So those 2 units were just like every match.
Ragdoll was super impactful during that whole tournament. Super.
Okay, you're being sarcastic.
I think one of the most impactful
he got banned
in the tournament, outside of like obviously our usual Fran and Verd, was Leica was really good.
Leica was really
Leica
good.
played a really strong part in the tournament, which I thought was awesome.
I hate Leica's.
Passive and Justice together are just like really nice for him.
I agree.
Going through those defense buffs and stuff was pretty awesome.
It's really good against
the return of Leica.
It's really good against those monsters that like hit once really hard, you know?
I agree. Because they're
It's
usually
really good versus
here.
like, shields and the defense buffing units as well, because you just ignore it.
Right. Okay. Solid podcast today, boys and girls. We went through a lot of different topics and finished off with talking a little bit about the Legends tournament. I do hope that future Legends tournaments are going to be more entertaining. But hopefully you guys enjoyed today's podcast. Make sure you guys leave those likes and comments, and especially the comments down below, just so that we can look through them. I've been enjoying all the comments people have been placing. Yeah, a lot of them are great, as well as I know Contuous goes through them as well. So please put those comments down below. Make sure you like, hit subscribe, and hit that bell. That makes a big difference because then it lets you notify whenever you have these videos going live, these podcasts in particular. We've been doing 2 a week. I'm probably going to keep the 2 podcasts a week going for a little bit longer at least, as people are more quarantined and have a little bit more time to come hang out. So we can come up with some great suggestions to continue to improve and enjoy the game. But Topa, Stoic, Thompson, Tyler, once love. Thank you guys for joining me today on the podcast. Appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
One last thing, Brian.
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead. Tyler had one more thing that he wanted to talk about. Go ahead.
So today is my half a year of streaming consecutively. I haven't missed a single day for half a year. So if you guys are busy or not, tonight I'm doing 3 rep giveaways, 3 rep packs. So if you want to come by stream, you can enter. Good luck. I take all my inspiration for streaming from Thompson. He's the most consistent streamer I've ever met in my whole life. And he just inspires me to want to stream every single day. I hope you guys know that.
I love you, Tyler. Oh my god.
Yeah.
You're the best.
I also have giveaways going through all of April because, people are stuck at home with COVID, not being able to go out. So I wanted to see if I could get you guys some crystals and stuff.
Mwah.
Sick. So yeah, like I said, all the links will be down below. Check out their streams. I'm sure some other people will do some giveaways as well, but looks like Tyler's got some giveaways coming up this week, so make sure you guys check them out. But all right, guys, I'll see you guys in the next live stream video. Peace.
Yeah.
See you guys next podcast.
You need to actually stream, Thompson.
Later,
you need to
guys.
actually stream. you need to actually stream, bro. Okay.
You're gonna leave the podcast like that? All right.